How's everyone doing? Fall, really good. All the guys getting along really well. Everyone's awesome, ready to go, giving 100% all day. It's going really well, really well. Steps in the right direction every single day, getting to where we want to be. Ready to go.
Okay. Hey John, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
First question I had for you was, it says that you're set to play left field this season. I just kind of want to know from you what it's been like taking some reps out there in left field this fall.
It was in right field last year, so it's a little different, but not really. It's the same thing as right field. A couple different on the throws, but really excited to be out there.
John, you juggle between being catcher and outfielder. Just what's the physical and mental demand that you have to go through playing two very different positions?
It can get a little hectic doing all of it, but it's mainly just being able to switch from catcher to outfield to hitting, base running, whatever you're doing. Be able to switch to focus on what you're doing at that moment and getting to the next thing and keep going from there.
Are you expected any time behind the plate this season at all, or just in the outfield right now?
It depends. Whatever we need. As of right now, mainly outfield, but whatever we need.
And this being your fourth season with the Owls, how can you speak on what the coaching staff has been able to do with your development?
Very well. We did a lot more focus work in outfield defensively, as well as hitting, but defensively a lot more focus work.
And is there anything just in particular you're trying to improve upon as a whole going into this season?
Just every fine detail, every detail is getting better, a little better at everything.
What's your approach on mentoring the younger players on this team, and how will you improve your hitting approach?
Mentoring younger guys, mainly lead by example. Like get your work in, give 100% in everything that you're doing, and make locked in while you're doing it. What was the second part?
Improving their hitting approach. It's like, being that you're fourth year, how will you use, like you said, your mentorship to help guide them with whichever new step they might take, being that they're new or up and coming?
Kind of just explaining what I've learned over the last 3 years. Freshmen, they're coming in out of high school. It's a lot different in college than it is high school, but being able to transition into that college level of play and kind of just give them a couple tricks, explain to them different aspects of the game that could help them improve.
And your second season now in the AAC, are there any teams that you got circled on the calendar maybe that you're thinking about?
All of them. I just want to win every game. Doesn't matter who we're playing.
Marshall, my question is specifically for you. So being with Glenn College last season, how would you rate the transition in your adjustment coming from a JUCO to a Division I school like FAU?
I would say the adjustment's pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but I mean, it's similar. Baseball's baseball, In junior college, I would say we play like a lot more, like as soon as you show up on campus, you start playing games, playing inter-squad and stuff. At Division I, you get more of like a slow work into the process of it, which I really enjoyed this year. Get to start in the cages with the coaches and then build up to on the field work. And then, like I said, it's more of a slow process than junior college was. So it gets you step by step and you can really work with what you're doing, I would say.
Thank you.
Being that you're a JUCO national champion, what is your experience being in a national championship and being on a winning team? What has it taught you about teamwork and leadership?
I mean, being on a national championship level team, no matter whether it's JUCO or Division I would say our team was really good, and we just you build a winning mentality and a winning culture, and that transfers on in life and no matter where you're going to school next. So I would say it helped a lot, and playing at the biggest stage at JUCO has prepared me to play at any level next, I would say.
What's been the biggest adjustment you've had to make coming from a JUCO to a Division I school, and just how have your past experiences helped you prepare for this moment?
Like I said, at junior college, I had 400 at-bats probably, so the at-bats have been really good to prepare me for this, but no pitching's like Division I pitching. Pitchers are a lot better here, more strikes are thrown, spots are hit better, and it's a higher level and all around just going to be more difficult, but ready to take on the challenge and do whatever it is to win.
So November, you were at Miami. You played Miami, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you hit a home run in that game?
I didn't hit a home run in that game. I hit
saw.
a home run against Lynn the second.
I saw some Instagram posts you had up. Guys were hopping in there like John.
Oh, yeah.
So I was curious. But speaking of the pitching, so you have faced some D1 pitching now since you took them on, but do you still think it's that stark of a contrast for you personally?
I wouldn't say like that much. Wait, can you ask that question?
So you've taken on D1 pitching now because you had a preseason game against Miami, so you took some of those guys on.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you still think it's that much of a stark contrast for you?
I wouldn't say. I would say like, because I mean we've played so much inter squads and scrimmage in the fall, and then we got to play Miami. So I wouldn't say it's as much of a jump because, like I said, we've had all fall to work on it and get better, and I've gotten used to it. But when I first got here, it was a lot different for sure. But the fall's made me prepare and ready for the season, I think.
What do you think the pitching style or the speed of the pitches, or what in particular, the nastiness? What would you say is the difference?
I would say guys are just more prepared, and scouting reports are a lot bigger in Division I, and guys just know what they're doing more pretty much, and they're more seasoned veterans, I guess, pitch more. They just know how to pitch at a higher level, I would say.
Interesting. All right.
Marshall, now that you have the fall under your belt, is there something in particular you're looking to improve upon going into the spring season?
I mean, just doing everything I can to win, to help the team in any possible way, whether that means hit first, hit last, anywhere in the lineup, anywhere in the field. I'm just ready to do everything to help this team go to regional and hopefully go to Omaha.
And you had, I think it was something like 47 extra base hits your time at Berlin. How do you plan on just bringing that incredible hit tool to FAU, and I guess how have you seen that hit tool sort of adjust as you've gotten through fall ball?
Like I said, it was a pretty different adjustment coming from JUCO to Division I, but I would just say we're just ready to go and kind of like I don't know, I mean, just ready to win and get after it pretty much.
I'll have a question for James. So you're a freshman and you were 3-time All-District and 3-time first-team All-American, and you're also a Boca native. So how does it feel being able to pitch and play in front of a home crowd in Boca?
It's awesome. You know, I come to these games a lot. For the past 4 years, I've been watching Schroeder hit and just tear it up. And I've been watching FAU just play and play, and I live so close, so it's amazing coming out here and now playing on the field, so it's really eye-opening for me.
What's something you look to achieve?
Just a winning culture. You know, FAU has been awesome, and I'm just trying to help them become the next regional team, super regional team, and hopefully make it to the Omaha.
You had a 1.16 ERA through the fall inter squads. What was working for you, particularly on the mound there?
Just throwing strikes, trusting my pitches. You know, Coach T has been amazing this fall. He's been really helping me continue my success from high school over to college. So, you know, I've just been trusting him, trusting my pitches, throwing them for strikes, and, you know, that's it.
And going kind of back to your recruiting, what was the biggest draw for you? Obviously, being from Boca, you have that draw of playing at home, but what was maybe a bigger draw with playing for a guy like Coach Mack?
You know, Coach Mack is just an awesome guy. You know, he's funny. You never know what he's going to say. So that's pretty much the biggest thing. It's not all about, like, the winning team. You know, Florida's a great school. But honestly, like, FAU is just more home to me, at least. So.
You're projected to start coming in the season. So as a freshman, how do you handle the responsibility, and what do you plan on going through mentally to go through the season?
It's just baseball. Everything's the same game, playing for the rest of my life. So I just come out there just another day, just throw the baseball, look at my pitches, and just trust the team behind me. So.
Do you feel there's any pressure being that you have so many accolades so young coming onto a Division I team, like I said, in your hometown? Do you feel like there's any pressure or any expectations you have to meet?
There's a little bit of pressure, but it's not that much. But it's just, like I said, the same game I've been playing for my whole life. So it's just go out on the diamond, compete as hard as you can, and help the team win as much as you can. So that's it.
Trey, specifically for you, how would you describe the feeling making the AAC all-freshman team, and how has that motivated you coming into this coming season?
I mean, it's awesome. It's a good feeling always, but I mean, you can never let the foot off the pedal. You got to keep going. I feel like it's just a little motivating, like seeing all the hard work off or pay off, but got to keep going.
You're preparing for another season as a weekend starter. What areas of your game are you focusing on improving for the season?
Just working on throwing, more strikes. I had a little strike throwing problem last year. I'm working on it still. Just keeping that pitch count lower, going deeper in games.
You're now heading into your second year with the Owls pitching staff. What's the overall vibe kind of been like with all the pitchers?
Oh, it's awesome. Ton of new guys this year. Got really close to them too. We're looking really good this year. I'm really excited to see it.
And how's your mindset kind of changed? You were probably a lot hungrier going into last year being a freshman, now being a sophomore. Is that mindset kind of changed at all, or is it still that kind of gritty, hungry attitude going in?
Definitely very hungry. Got a little taste of some win in the conference tournament last year. We won 2 games, but hungry to win it all this year.
Do you think that experience, like you just said, going deep into that conference tournament and then having guys like Marshall here who've been to a JUCO natty, do you think that experience is going to help you guys going into this year even more?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's legit right there. Big games for players, having players that played in stuff like that, it's definitely going to help us out.
What specific areas of the game are you working on, either mentally or physically, for the upcoming season?
Just staying in attack mode, like going right at the hitters, making them beat me, trusting my stuff's better than them, stuff like that.
So you talked a little bit with us, particularly Toby, myself, when we interviewed you. Where are we at here? Is it field over there?
Yeah, B-field's over there.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yes.
You talked about you're working on some stuff. You didn't want to disclose what the stuff was, and I'm not really asking you, but how's that going for you?
It's going great, yeah. I was just working on some of my secondaries, like my slider, curveball, action, and I'm feeling really good, ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to see some new stuff.
Yes.
So you said primarily 2 pitches last year? Curveball, fastball, or do I have that wrong?
I was a lot of fastball, changeup, and some slider, but
Okay.
those were my 3 main.
So what are you going to get, 4 this year, you think?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay, got it. All
That's what
right.
it's looking
Now, I just wanted to follow up on that because that caught my ear a little bit.
Yes.
Trey, either for you or just everybody in general, what personal team goals have you guys set for the 2025 season, whether it's individually or as a team?
I think it's just, obviously it's to win, but just stay in a good mind space. No up, or the lows not as low as last year. Just keeping it steady. I think we have a good team, very close this year. I think we have a good shot this year.
Trey, you were kind of in James's spot last year as a freshman, expected to take on a role in the rotation. Do you have any advice for him? You've kind of been in his shoes, so.
I would just say stay positive. There's going to be bad games. That's baseball, but just stay motivated, stay positive, and your stuff's good enough to be out there. So.
Anybody else?
I just have one more. John, you started all 57 games last season, and that's a great accomplishment. So how do you plan to apply some lessons maybe you learned last year to this year?
Take the failures and what didn't work last year and fix them for this year. Even over the last 3 years, I've learned a ton. It was different teams every year, different guys, and each team is better at something different. Every team has their own thing. And this year, the main thing is just win. Don't worry about what your swing looks like. Don't worry about launch angle, all that stuff. Just hit the ball, understand what's going on, and get what you need done.
Cool. All right, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
Thank you.
it. Appreciate it.